Shalom. Before I begin this video, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. They continually rule very well to this very day. Let us continually feed and fly through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. And Shalom to the whole elect that is our labor in this work as well. That's our giving your diligence, your due diligence in this work by spreading this ministry and this gospel to the other members of the whole elect in faith, in truth, and sincerity, and also in all charity. Now, the topic of this video is going to be entitled, "The Stage is Set." Okay? The stage is set. Now, of course, if the spirit has it to where I titled this video in a different way, of course, we're going to move according to the spirit. But the stage, which is set, is here on the soils of America. Okay, which America is spoken about within the scriptures and is known as Babylon the Great, or the virgin daughter of Babylon, and also the city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Okay, the stage is set here in America, and on the stage is which is set ultimately through our Lord, which his name is Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, which is the true name, Heavenly Father, which his name is Yahweh, and likewise his son's name, which is Yahweh Shai, who these people inwardly call Jesus. Okay, and the Most High is using Edom, or the nation of Edom, or the higher ups of the nation of Edom, in which Edom, of course, is the true biblical nationality of the so-called white man. He's using the higher ups of Edom to set the stage. Okay, and that stage is going to be used to showcase the New World Order agenda, which they have planned for years and years on top of years. Okay, which is to have everything centralized, everything under one system, under one umbrella, and to have the people as one. Okay, so they can have complete control over every single person that's living and draws breath. Okay, and throughout the years, these devils have set up certain legislations and laws and enactments to set up the stage. Okay, to set up this the stage which you see right now. Okay, and also the reason why this is being deemed as the stage is because this is the Lord's movie. Okay, this is the movie of the Most High. That's why if you go into the word, the Greek word for God is the word theo. Okay, which means, which goes back to the definition of theater. Okay, so this is the Lord's movie. This is the Lord's show, and this is the stage that you see right now. Okay, the life that we're living right now, that we're living on His stage. Okay, and all of the actors are here, and they're here to play their specific role. Okay, now the next scene that we're going into, all right, because we're already in the scene of where the people are panicking. Okay, and due to that is going to come a reaction. Okay, that's why these the higher ups of Esau, they deal with the concept of the Hegelian dialectic. Okay, which breaks down to pressure from above and pressure from beneath. Okay, a problem, reaction, solution. Okay, the problem has been created. You see the reaction of the people right now, and the solution is now being concocted. Okay, which is gonna lead into martial law. okay? And what you see in front of you is a list of all the executive orders that were put on the table, okay? Now, I tried to find the other, it was an HR bill, if I'm not mistaken, that was set in place when Obama was in office, all right? And it was used to take control, or to have a certain control over all of the resources, all right? That includes your food, your water, your gasoline, petroleum, your transportation, everything that you can think of, okay? But what you see right here, this is taking it a step further, okay? Because all the executive orders that have been put on the table has been set forth, these are to prepare for the coming martial law, all right? These things weren't put down for no reason, They didn't just lay these out, just for show, or to, just to put something there for practice. No, these are there so that these executive orders can be performed. Okay? So, if I may, I want to see if I can go through these real quick, right? And again, the stage is set, man. These elites, in their ignorance, they believe that the stage is in their control, all right? That they're able to make certain scenes come to fruition, but not knowing that what they're doing is just going according to the script, okay? Which that's why you got the Bible, which another term for the Bible is the scriptures, all right? So they're just going by the script, which again is ties right into the scriptures, okay? And they're ignorant of that, okay? Really is they're ignorant, and it's also because of their pride, because they know about the scriptures, they know about the Bible, and the things that are written therein. But what they're doing is they're trying to avoid what's written within the scriptures to make sure that their rulership is still intact, but not knowing that they're playing right into the Most High's hands by doing that. Okay? So again, I'm going to go ahead and go into this listing here. So this is Executive Order 10995, all right? And I'm not going to call out each one. I'm just going to go through it, right? So here's the first executive order. So this is telecommunications management functions, all right? Your basically your phones, okay? The second one is preparedness functions to the Secretary of the Interior, which in other words is electric power, petroleum and gas, solid fuels, and minerals. Okay, that's your energy sector. Okay, the next one. Now let's do the Secretary of Agriculture. It says food resources, farm equipment, fertilizer, and food resource facilities. Okay, so the distribution of food. All right, the food sector. Okay, agriculture. All right, you people love to eat, right? Guess what? That's going to be taken over. All right, through this the executive order. Okay, the food as the times of going to your regular, fast food restaurant or regular restaurant, sit down restaurant or whatever. Those days are going to be over, man. All right. The so-called freedom to go out and just pick up a dollar's worth of a burger, you're not going to be able to do that in the time to come. All right. Because food is going to be scarce. So another one, Secretary of Commerce, right? Transportation. Production and distribution of all materials, right? So transportation, going to and fro from point A to point B, back and forth through your highways, All right. All right. Another one says Secretary of Labor. Okay. Manpower management, employment stabilization. Okay. Another one, it says Secretary of Health, Education, and Welfare, Health Services, Civilian Health Manpower, Health Resources, Welfare Services, and Educational Programs. Okay, now this all is going to tie into each other, all right? And I'll tell you why here in just a minute. Okay, another executive order assigning emergency preparedness functions to the Postmaster General, all right? It says National Emergency Registration System. Okay. See another one that says administrator of the Federal Aviation Agencies, right? Your flights. Okay. Emergency management of the nation's airports, operating facilities. Okay. Air travel. The next one is assigning certain emergency preparedness functions to the housing and home finance administrator, right? Your housing, your homes, okay? All aspects of lodging or housing and community facilities, all right? Your suburbs, your subdivisions, apartments, all of that, okay? So again, mind you, while I'm reading through this, through executive orders, this gives the president control over all of this, okay, through his executive powers. Another one, preparedness functions to, let's see, Slovakia. Lost my place for a moment. All right, it says assigning emergency preparedness to the Interstate Commerce Commission, railroad. All right, your trains. Okay, utilization, motor carrier utilization, inland water. Right, inland waterway utilization. Okay. Next one, it says prescribing responsibilities of the Office of Emergency Planning in the Executive Office of the President, all right, which again gives the President executive powers. Okay. Okay, it says assigning emergency preparedness functions to federal department and agencies, right? The feds. All right. That's why when the federal bureau comes in, then guess what? That's end game, man. All right. Because you have your state police, right? But you have the federal police. Okay. Now, when the federal police comes in, you know they enact these orders, or they I don't want to say patrol, but they police these orders. Okay. Not to mention your international, how should I put it? The International Bureau, all right, for lack of a better term. Okay. Reading on, it says, let's see, what else am I missing? Yeah, so reading on, it says assignment of national security, emergency preparedness, telecommunication functions. I think we already went over that. But they just they modified. It looks like they modified it here. I can't read the rest of it here since I'm in transit. Let's see, the next executive order. Let's see. preparedness responsibilities, national security, emergency preparedness policy, continuity, I think that's how you pronounce it, of government. So in other words, to keep the government flowing, or to keep the government in operation. All right. And which really the government that's going to continue to be in power is the new centralized government. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna read through a little bit of this next one here, the 12919. Says the National Defense Industrial Resources Preparedness. Right now, in subsection A, it says identify requirements of national emergencies, including military, industrial, and essential civil demand. Right. So indicative to the things that are essential, like when they close down everything and they only left, or they close down businesses and only left the ones that were essential, that are open. Okay, which but if you read here, it says assess continually the capability of the domestic, industrial, and technological base to satisfy requirements in peacetime and times of national emergency. Right, and we're getting close to that time of a national emergency. Right, we're at the cusp of it. All right. Specifically evaluating the availability of adequate industrial resource. Saying production sources include subcontractors, suppliers, materials, skilled labor, and professional and technical personnel. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I believe that's all I want to grab on this one. So the next executive order, 12938. It says a proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. Let me read this here. It says weapons of mass destruction constitutes an unusual and extraordinary threat to the national security, and hereby declare a national emergency to deal with that threat. And that's also, when it comes to weapons of mass destruction, that's talking about what? Your nuclear missiles. Okay. Now, mind you, they haven't done anything as far as of yet concerning this executive order, because they still have policies in place with these other nations that keep these other nations from building or manufacturing these missiles. But the thing is that even though these things are in place, they all have an expiration date. Okay, they expire at a certain point. That's why as soon as a policy that was between, I believe it was between NATO or America and East India or Iran, as soon as it expired, they went right into the production of missiles. All right. And they got slammed for it. All right. But the thing is that the policy had expired. All right. And I believe that they tried to renew it, or it renewed, or something to that effect. But I have to go back and fact check it just to make sure. I believe this is the last executive order. It says amends executive order, adding a new section 50116 regarding non-combatant evacuation operations. All right, and that's it on that. So all these executive orders that were put in for the times that we're coming into very soon. Okay. Now I'm going to the scriptures here. This is Ezekiel chapter 21, and this is at verse Verse 9, it says, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, say, a sword is sharpened and is also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. All right, see that? So we are prophesying, all right, that a sword is to come upon the land and is furbished so that it will glitter. Okay? When you furbish something, you make it shine. Okay? So this sword is prepared to make a sore slaughter. Okay? Because really, the main objective of this is to trap up our people, Israel. All right, the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites, which consists primarily of so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay, you know, Israel is the main target in this. Okay, because I made a video called Esau seeks Jacob's life once again, and that's true. All right, Esau is going to try to seek the life of Jacob once again by way of what? Martial law. All right, to destroy our people and to make sure that our people is kept in the lower state. Okay, because they know that we are the chosen, that we are the sons of the Most High. Okay. Verse 11, it says, and he hath given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened and is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. And who's the slayer? Edom. Okay, also known as Esau. Okay, that is the slayer. And he's going to try to use this sword that's been given to him. And who gave him that sword? All right, that'd be Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, through Isaac. Okay, and we already know who Isaac is. That blessing was given to him, man. All right, the blessing of the sword, and he's going to use that sword to make that sword slaughter. That's why that's also pursuant to the book of Revelations. All right, concerning the red horse, which in his hand was what? A great sword. Okay. Now we'll move on from there. Get the book of Ecclesiastes. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 9, and this is at verse 12. All right, it says, for man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net. All right, and this is the net that has been set and laid down to trap and catch our people. Okay. You know, it says, and as birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them. All right. So now the sons of men are snared in the evil time. Okay, when it's going to fall suddenly. All right. At any point, DJ Trump can enact martial law by way of deeming this time that we're living in as a national emergency. Okay, the times of peace are over, man. Now we're in the time of the sword. Okay. So I'm gonna move on from there. I'm gonna grab this last precept. I'm gonna wrap it up. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 10. Start at verse 9. It says, he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He has said in his heart, the Most High has forgotten. He hideth his face, he will never see it. All right, and this is what I was talking about earlier, right? As they're trying to set all these things up to destroy our people by way of this coming martial law, right? They say within themselves, within their heart, in other words, or their minds, is that the Most High has forgotten. And he's hiding his face away from what's going on, and he will never not see what's going on. But again, that's due to their ignorance and their pride, man. All right. They don't know that the Most High is watching every single thing that they're doing. Okay. And that he sees the net that Esau is trying to lay for Jacob. Okay. That's why in verse 9 it says he lieth in wait secretly as a lion. All right. And he waits to catch the poor, in which the poor represents our people. Okay. So verse 10, it says he crouching and humble himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones. Right. That's the nature of Esau. Right. He keep crouching and humbling himself. But like the scriptures say, take good heed. All right. And you'll discover that his rust has not been all the way wiped away. Okay. So the Most High has observed this, and that's the reason why the prophets are here to reveal these things. All right. All these executive orders that were put in, and not just these. There are others that are out there. Other pieces of legislation that are set in place to make sure that our people are brought back into chattel slavery. All right. And that the destruction is and they're going to attempt to destroy our people once again. All right. They've already been in the process of doing that ever since we've been brought here on cargo slave ships. But they really are going to try to take the lives of our people by doing this. All right. Whether it's through the sword or whether our people concede and take the mark of the beast and get destroyed at the end of it. And these devils know about that. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and end off on that note. Lord's will is edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. Till next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well to this very day. And Shalom, peace and safety and salutations to the hopeful elect that is laboring this work, giving your diligence to make your calling and election sure, and faith and truth and sincerity and all charity. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom.